This video is in regards to option C, which is the pink document of the general ed patterns. This one is called the Intersegmental General Education Transfer Curriculum, or IGETC for short. This general ed pattern will allow you to go to Cal State, UCs, private schools, and even some out-of-state schools. So option A is the green document just for an associate's degree only. Option B is for Cal State universities and for an associate's degree for transfer. And then option C is to be able to go to a Cal State University, a UC, a private school. This is the pink document. This also helps you get an associate's degree for transfer. By the way, option A, just for an associate's degree, not an associate's degree for transfer. Option B for the Cal State universities, not only does it help you transfer, it helps you get an associate's degree for transfer, but if necessary, you could even use this just to get a regular associate's degree as well. IGETC does the same thing, helps you transfer to multiple universities, systems. You could also get an associate's degree for transfer, and you could get a regular associate's degree with this general ed pattern. One of the things that I wanted you to notice between all the three GE patterns is option A and B. They use areas A all the way to H for the option A pattern. Area B uses area A all the way to E. But IGETC, to the Cal States and UCs, this one uses area 1, area 2, area 3, area 4, and area 5. Okay, it's very similar. They just basically change the different categories and they use a numbering system instead. Okay, so for IGETC to be able to transfer to Cal State's, UCs, private schools, and some out of states, we have area 1, English composition. As you can see, for area 1A, we have English 1A, so it'll fulfill that area. For area 1B, again, we want to be careful with this class because this one is going to be dependent on the university you're thinking about. Some schools really want you to take English 5, while other schools may not even care. They'll be willing to take any of these classes. But we don't want to get in a position where we take philosophy 5 and then the university you really want to go to really wanted English 5. For this 1C, oral communications, this is only for a Cal State University only. So if you're planning to apply to a Cal State, then we're going to take a speech class. But if not, then we don't have to worry about it. Now, look at this. Remember, IGETC only is willing to accept classes titled 1 to 47. So as you can tell, you only have one speech option for IGETC. However, if you look at the gold sheet, the CSU GE pattern, option B, look at this. For them, they're actually willing to give you the opportunity to take a Communication 60 class. What's the difference? Well, remember, the main difference is that Cal States are willing to accept any class titled 1 to 99, while IGETC, even though it goes to the Cal States, they're only willing to accept classes titled 1 to 47. Occasionally 49, okay? That depends on the university. But 1 to 47, you're never going to see a class in here that's going to be above 47. Just like you'll never see a class in the CSU GE pattern that's above 99. Just something to keep in mind. Okay, so for area 1, we're going to take our English 1A. We're going to make sure we know what universities we want to go to before you take your critical thinking. Remember, the communications class is just for Cal State only. The mathematics for area 2, this is going to depend on your major. As you can see, there is a psychology 9 class here. This is a psychology, this is a statistics for behavioral science students. So my behavioral sciences, my psychologists, that could potentially be an option that you could take. For area 3, they want 9 units. Obviously, that's going to be about 3 classes. And this is very similar to the Cal State pattern, where they want you to take 1 class in the art, 1 class in the humanities, and then your last class could be within any of these 2 boxes. Okay, so you could take 2 art classes, and then you could take the class of Rafa, Interdisciplinary Studies 4, or You could take 2 architecture classes if you wanted to, and 1 media studies class. The choice is yours, okay? Just make sure you take 1 class from each box, and your last class could be from anywhere within those 2 boxes. For Area 4, the social and behavioral sciences, they want 3 classes. And in here, remember, we're going to take the political science 1. We're going to already take the history 21. And that fulfills your Cal State graduation requirements. So this requirement, you can complete it before you transfer or after you transfer. But I like for you folks to complete it as soon as possible, so then that way it's one less thing you have to worry about. So remember, 9 units. History 21, political science 1, and then you get to pick me 1 more class from in here. Anyone. In Area 5, the physical and biological sciences, they want 1 class in the physical science, so 1 of these, and then they want a biological science class. And this is very similar to the Cal State patterns, where you end up needing, where you need a lab. So either you take a additional lab class, where you sign up for an additional class, or you already sign up for the class that already has a lab included. One other difference between the Cal States and the UCs is that the UCs want a foreign language requirement. I believe most of you will already have this area completed by this part right here. 2 years of high school coursework in a language other than English. So most of you probably took like Spanish, maybe some of you took French or Italian, it depends. So if you took a language other than English, then you already meet this language requirement. If you don't, then you could go ahead and take 1 of these language classes, whether it's a sign language, a French, Italian, maybe German, or continue on with your Spanish. Okay, so this is a basic overview of the 3 general ed patterns. One thing you need to keep in mind is all the classes that you take in option A, we could literally put them in option B for the Cal State universities. And if we do this right, we could even put them in option C for IGETC. Okay, it just depends on how we plan this out. So again, one of the many reasons why you want to go ahead and meet with a counselor, because aside from your general ed, you also have to make sure we find out what classes are specifically required for your university. So anyways, have a blessed weekend, folks. Take care of yourselves, and I hope to see you on Tuesday. Take care, folks.